The members of the Alliance have shown that it is possible to decarbonize portfolios, and with this we are a very strong example for governments that financial market participants can really support them in implementing their NDCs.
The Net Zero Asset Owner Alliance really is within the finance industry the first at a group alliance level to show that portfolio decarbonization is possible.
And I think it's been a great example of the collaboration and the ability for investors to work together to achieve the climate transition goals.
I think the greatest achievement is the fact that it's brought such a community of like-minded investors to work together and really to contribute to best practices, allowing each of those investors to contribute in the way that they found most impactful and where they can have the best expertise to contribute.
I think from the standpoint I look at from an African perspective, it's also very important from an alliance perspective of how we've been able to consider not only the environmental effects of climate, but also the social effects, which are, I think, very keenly felt on the African continent, which is where I'm from, and have alliance members not only think about climate action purely from an environmental perspective, but also think of the people, the employees, the communities that are affected by negative climate impacts.
The fact that we have managed to get that group of stakeholders aligned behind a protocol and behind a process behind which we can track and manage our decarbonization targets, I would say is within itself an achievement.
One of the greatest achievements is to have been able to assemble an incredible panel of investors globally. 88 members today, hopefully much more in the coming years.
The alliance that we co-founded has been a great convener of $9.2 trillion on a common goal to decarbonize portfolios and lead by example, which is followed by others in the world.
So I think the first great achievement is being the first. It's so difficult to be the first, and this was the first net zero alliance in the whole of the financial system, and it then spurred many others to follow, which I think is in itself a fantastic achievement. And I think then the second great achievement is forging new ground in very difficult areas like how to set a target, how to scale up sector transition, and how to scale up climate solutions. These are again all having broken a lot of new ground for others.
What really helped us is the target setting protocol, because the target setting protocol gave us guidance and also served as a kind of a framework to help us forward when setting 2050 targets. And maybe most important is that it also contributed to defining and clarifying for ourselves our climate objectives.